A new drug is being blamed for turning parts of Philadelphia into what some are calling zombie land. Okay, you have seen the video of this. First, it was heroin, then it was fentanyl and tranq. Now, a new compound called metatomadine. Doctor, you schooled me in the commercial. I think I got it. Metatomadine is flooding Kensington Avenue, the city's notorious open-air drug market. Health officials and first responders say it's producing even more extreme sedation and brutal crashes than what came before. Anything more than what we've seen. A new piece highlights the intense effects of this drug. Quote, there are no stages to the high. And this is from Tony. You go straight to sleep. You do it, you wake up, you're sick. That's from Christine. You don't even know you're passing out. The article goes on to say this isn't like nodding off. Along Kensington Avenue.
I've always known about Kensington Avenue. Actually, I think maybe about 3 years ago, uh, when I wanted to do travel content, I had a plan and a script to go to Kensington, just north of Philadelphia, and do some of these street interviews. That was something that I really wanted to do. But what I, after researching it for a little bit, I understood that it wasn't a decent place to film content, that most guys that went there with cameras would get attacked. So I kind of chickened out of going about that idea, because at the time there was a lot of talk about, like Figueroa, these other parts of LA that had most of these drug issues. It was all over the TV, and I was like, well, this it'll be nice to, and all these videos were getting like 1 million views. So I had that in mind to do it, but I never came around to doing it. But some of the clips that I have seen from Kensington is sad, really sad. Like to think, this is like quote unquote the best country in the world, the best economics. But then everybody forgets that there are issues in America too that needs to be addressed. Like there are poor countries that don't have these issues. There are poor countries that have these issues too. So that's like they get a double whack, right? They get hit for poverty, they get hit for doing drugs. But in America, with all the opportunities out here, you would think that maybe by now we would resolve this problem, find solutions to homelessness and the drug epidemic. But if it feels like everybody has moved on from it, and I know like the Trump administration is doing a good job by highlighting these issues, but their focus is on the manufacturers. I think we need to come to a realization that uh, the consumers are also a problem. It's a two-way street. So if we don't address our population that has fallen victim to these opioids, we're just beating around the problem, and it's not going to go away. I really feel sad for. I don't have anybody in my family that has an opioid addiction. It's not very common with uh, people from Africa, but it is there too. I'm seeing clips of other drugs that are being used on the continent. I hope it doesn't come to us. It's really, I mean, add this to poverty, it becomes a whole different ball game. And I'm not a drug expert. I don't think I've ever seen a drug. I don't smoke anything. I don't use anything. I have no idea what it is. I'm scared to death. I think that is. I was raised to be scared of stuff like this. Like I can't put these things in my body. I don't know why people do it. Like how are you not scared of something like this? I don't know.
People shuffle in near catatonic states, bent at right angles, some frozen mid stride. Meanwhile, a biotech company is working on a vaccine that would blunt the effects of another powerful drug, fentanyl. The company hopes to start testing that soon with the goal of preventing overdose deaths. All right, I want to take this in pieces. Let's start with this first drug. And I mean, if you're at angle, you do look like a zombie. What is happening to the brain?
This is a drug called metatomadine, as you said, that's 100 times more powerful than Tranq, xylazine. Everybody knows about Tranq. They've heard about that. It's very sedating, and it lowers your heart rate and blood pressure. This is 100 times more powerful. So if you think what's happening, you're completely out of it. What I'm worried about is two things. One, it's laced with fentanyl all the time. So you're out of it, and then fentanyl causes you to stop breathing, or the metatomadine stops your heart or lowers your heart rate or lowers your blood pressure, and you go and you die. This together, and Narcan, which works against fentanyl temporarily, doesn't work against this. So you need a totally different antidote.
Right.
It's almost like an emergency responder has to come with a huge kit of antidotes now.
Yeah, and people don't consider like the cost in like states and the federal government in treating these people that get overdoses, right? Like, and this might sound cruel, right? But when would this be? Again, this will sound a little bit cruel here, but should this population be left to die out and hope that the problem goes away, uh, or is it? And that sounds inhumane as fuck. I know that, but like with the cost in trying to patch this up, if you're overdosing, that means you know what the risk is. And what if like these people are just left uh, alone? And hopefully, of course, there's gonna be a lot of deaths, but that is self-inflicted deaths, right? And maybe that'll reduce the amount of people that, because as soon as you give them Narcans, they come back on the streets, and then the cycle repeats itself again until a point where they cannot be saved. I mean, I think once you go down this path, I don't believe in rehabilitation. I really don't. Like once you get, especially for opioids, I don't think that, I haven't seen the numbers on this, but if anybody knows, please let me know in the chat. But I feel that people that have this type of addiction, especially if you've made it all the way to Kensington, the chances that you're gonna come out of it is like almost next to none. You might as well just just call it good. So I really believe that a lot of these things, people cannot be redeemed. Yeah, once you go down that path, you are done for. Society should move on from you. Now that is my point of view. It doesn't mean it's right, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? People should be allowed to fail. You know, failure is part of the game. We can't help everybody. And when somebody fails, somebody succeeds. I know it sounds cruel as fuck. I know that, guys. Don't. But this is also why certain people don't make certain mistakes.